Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zeng here, and today I just wanted to make a quick update video regarding the status of the channel and some of the plans I have once we move on to Pokemon Sun and Moon. So first of all, I just want to say I really miss you guys, and I do want to apologize because I have not been able to put out too much content in the last 2 months, ever since Worlds ended, and there are kind of two main reasons for that I want to talk about. So for the first of all, I just really wanted a break from Pokemon, especially VGC 16 as a whole. VGC 16 I wasn't the biggest fan of, and that's part of the reason why I decided to commentate Nationals and Worlds instead of competing this year. And I knew that I would be playing a lot of Pokemon once Sun and Moon came out and dedicating a lot of time onto YouTube, so I figured there's no better time than kind of this downtime to take a break, and that's why I haven't been around for the last couple of months, and I just really want to apologize. I wasn't too motivated in terms of making content, and so it feels weird, you know, feels like every year there's like a 1 or 2 month period where I'm just away for a long time and I don't do anything. I wasn't too transparent about that with you guys either, and it was just kind of a personal decision. I also wanted to just be able to spend some time on my friends and my academics here at school since I did just move back in, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Do want to apologize once again. Thanks to all the fans who've been supporting me still throughout, especially if you guys have been watching the multi-battle league. That has been a ton of fun to be in, and the finals actually went up earlier today, so if you're interested in that, I'll link it in the description below. But yeah, it's been a wild journey, and now let's talk about the future. So I started YouTube back in 2014, after Worlds 2013, when I had an invite already, and I didn't think anything of it. I was like, you know, maybe a couple people will watch my videos. If I can help even one person get into competitive VGC, then I feel like I've, you know, done an okay job, and it's turned into something so much bigger than that. You know, this channel isn't very big compared to a lot of top YouTube channels, but it's not really about numbers to me. I mean, I would love to hit the 100,000 subscriber mark just for the plaque, but to me, it's more about just getting as many people into competitive Pokemon and VGC specifically as possible, and it's been so fun, guys. I mean, I've gotten so many opportunities this last year, being able to go to E3 and meet guys like Ishihara, Miyamoto, you know, Masuda, and be part of a Pokemon Go panel that millions of people watched. Like, that was because of you guys. Being a commentate Nationals and Worlds, you know, that's because of this channel, because of you guys as well. And I mean, I owe everything to you guys, so thank you guys so much for supporting me. And I really do feel like it's just the beginning, though, I'm like serious when I say that, because I feel like Sun and Moon is just gonna completely change the landscape of Pokemon and VGC specifically, and there's so much that we have in store for us, and there's so much potential, and I want to do the best to bring as many people into VGC as possible this upcoming year and the next few years. But you know, 2017 as a whole, I mean, there's been a lot of information that's been out already, and I will say I think like VGC 2017 looks very promising from a competitive standpoint, also from a spectator standpoint, so I think there's a lot to be excited about. But some of you may be wondering, you know, there's been a lot of information that's been out about the games already. Why haven't you covered any of the leaks? And also two great main reasons for that. One, you know, I feel like as someone who represents the Pokemon Company International, especially as a commentator, reflects really poorly to be talking about leaks, and I've actually stayed away from most of them pretty much because I didn't want to spoil myself, and I really wanted to be able to immerse myself fully into the game when they came out. So that's why I've been holding out on Sun and Moon content until the game officially comes out tomorrow. But let's talk a little bit about what kind of content I want to do. So first of all, I'm actually going to be doing a Let's Play for this channel, and I know that's a little bit weird. Most of you guys don't come here to watch any casual, you know, content, and I don't really make casual content for the most part, but I figured I'm going to be playing through Sun and Moon anyways, and this is the most excited I've ever been for a video game. So I'm sure, you know, it would be kind of cool to play it along with you guys, and you guys can experience it, and I can document it, so in the future when I'm like, man, I really miss Sun and Moon, I'll be like, oh man, I did a Let's Play, so I can kind of watch through that. And like I mentioned, I've been staying away from a lot of the spoilers. For I'll actually be learning a lot as I play through the games, and I think that's pretty cool because there's going to be a lot of information that's relevant to VGC, and I'll be able to kind of relay that to you guys as I play along. So I'm going to be starting that right when the games come out, basically tomorrow night, I think, and it's going to be an exciting time. Let me know how often you guys want to see an episode. I was thinking maybe just an episode a day. Maybe I'll do 2 if there's a lot, because I hear the game is on the kind of longer end, but we'll see about that. Yeah, so I'm going to be doing that. I'm really excited, and obviously my focus is competitive content, but it doesn't take much editing at all. You know, I just click record on OBS and call it a night, and it will be really fun, I think, just because I'm so excited for the game. So hope you guys don't mind seeing that. I ask people on Twitter, you know, are you still interested in seeing it? Because a lot of other YouTubers and PokeTubers will be doing it. Theirs will be out before mine because I didn't realize you could request a copy from Nintendo. So I'm going to be behind, but a lot of people, like 80% of 1,000 people, which is, you know, around 800 people, were still down to watch. And so the fact that it was like 80 to 20 was pretty good for me, and so I'll be doing that. And, you know, if it goes well, maybe I'll do more in the future. If it doesn't go well, you know, I still got competitive content to fall back on. So hope you guys are excited for that. So I also want to obviously just address a little bit of what competitive content I plan on making once VGC 17 and, you know, Sun and Moon is around tomorrow. So first of all, the biggest thing is definitely going to be the team building guide. You know, I've done one for 15 and 16, actually 14 as well, and they were all really, really well received. I think the one from 2015 might be my most viewed video on the channel yet, and I imagine it's the 17 one's going to be only more popular with more people trying to get into the game. So, you know, it's going to be a comprehensive guide, and I've already been working on it, but I'm still waiting on some official information from Pokemon regarding the rule set, specifically, you know, whether Ultra Beasts are allowed or not, and whether, you know, there are any other restrictions, and because those will most likely be very influential on the format. So, I'm just waiting on that, but you can expect that pretty soon, honestly. And I also have a bunch of other, you know, things that obviously I will be doing. Road to Rank 2017 will be returning to this channel. I'm really excited because I actually, like, I've learned a lot from watching over my old games from Road to Ranked, like in 2014, 15, and 16. And 2017 is going to be so exciting because I will be learning so much, especially in the first 2 months of the game. But, you know, just the entire time, like, I will probably be losing a lot of games, honestly, but I don't mind that because I think, you know, I just want to learn every Pokemon, learn all the new moves, learn all these new viable strategies, and go from there. So, honestly, ideally, I'd want to do Road to Ranked a week into the games, but I'm going to have to obviously get a team in-game, and hopefully other people will have teams in-games. So it's going to be a little bit weird in the beginning as everyone rushes, but you'd imagine that people are going to be kind of rushing to get teams together since events are starting up really in December. So, if you guys are willing to help me out with that, you know, in terms of breeding or catching Pokemon, I'd really appreciate any help, so hit me up on Twitter at CybertronVGC. But otherwise, I'm going to work hard to just breed a game or breed a team in game and get it going as quickly as possible. So once I do get teams going, you know, Road to Ranked I really want to do on a daily basis, more consistently too. 2016 I only had like 70 or so episodes of Road to Ranked, whereas 2015 I had 200 episodes, which is really telling. I think last year, you know, it was really a different experience transitioning into college, but you know, now I'm more into the swing of things, and I actually have more free time now than I ever did before, which is weird to me. In high school, I was actually super busy over the even over the weekend, so I, you know, kind of sitting down for a day and recording 10-15 videos wasn't even possible because I was just really busy all the time. But now in college, I actually have some more free time, sometimes, you know, 1 or 2 days a week where I can just either spend the whole day studying or hanging out with friends or now making Sun and Moon content. So I should be able to be a little bit better paced in terms of content. I do want to, you know, preface it by saying that in the past, I've said like, oh, I want to do this, this, and this, and then sometimes, you know, I don't follow through with it, and I want to be honest and transparent with you guys, and things happen in real life, and sometimes I'm just not able to hold myself to standards, and I want to do a little bit better with that with Sun and Moon, which is why I'm not promising you guys anything, you know, specific right now. One of the main reasons I wanted to make this video is actually to get your feedback on how often you'd like to see things and a schedule that is ideal for you guys. So I've mentioned a team building guide, I've mentioned a let's play, and I've mentioned Road to Ranked, but I've also got a couple of other things I have planned. The first one is really individual Pokemon analyses. These were widely popular back in 2015 when I only did a couple of them, but they were really, really popular. So I want to do them on a much more consistent basis on 2017, covering all the top Pokemon basically, and then even some of the more obscure Pokemon. So, you know, obviously if you guys would like to see that, definitely let me know in the comments below and how frequently you would like to see that. You know, ideally, I want to start getting going with that as quickly as possible since, you know, we all have a lot to learn and tournaments start up pretty quickly as well. I also want to do kind of guides on covering specific stuff. So for example, introduction to Ultra Beasts, introduction to top intimidators in the format, introduction to speed control in the format, introduction to all the new moves and mechanic changes, stuff like that. So they're kind of guides that cover a specific area in competitive play in VGC, but should be very helpful, especially for myself to learn it and for you guys as we transition into a completely new game and competitive era. So it's another thing I have planned. Don't know how frequently I want to do that. Ideally, some of them would come out earlier than others. once again, I'm waiting on confirmation on the rule set so I can really start rolling the content out, because a couple of things, can be really, really important for it. So the rule set for the most part has been announced. We just don't know specific things confirmed by Pokemon yet, so kind of just waiting on that. And that's just kind of some of the content I've listed. I've done most of this, pretty much all of it, before in the past, but I think it's going to be more exciting than ever with the new game. I'd love to feature more people on the channel for content in general as well. It's been such a blast working with great guys like Wolfie, who's one of my best friends in Pokemon, Baz Anderson, who I've partnered up with MBL for the past, and I would love to feature a lot of the top players, especially because a lot of them are getting into YouTube. I just mentioned Wolfie and Baz. There's also Marcus, there's Jamie Boyd. There's just so many good players who now have YouTube channels as well, and I started this channel to get people into VGC because there was no VGC content on YouTube at all, and now a couple of us are kind of taking on the challenge of making content and helping introduce people to the game, and I think that's going to be more important in 2017 than ever. So all in all, I just wanted to say, thanks for supporting me, guys, and this is going to be a big year. I really, really think, even though Pokemon's been around for so long and VGC's been around for so long, this is my 10th season of playing. I think this year is truly going to be different from any other year, and I'll do my best to get you guys into it and to help teach and entertain as many people as possible. So that's pretty much it, yeah. I guess one last thing I do want to say, or two quick things. One, I will be streaming on Twitch more often. I don't know what exactly kind of I'll be doing, but, back when I am a Twitch partner, so, if you're interested in subscribing, I'll maybe hold off on that until I start doing content more regularly on Twitch, but you can give me a follow at Cybertron VGC. I'll link it in the description below, and I think there's a heavy lack of VGC content or even Pokemon content on Twitch, but especially competitive content, so I want to get back into it. I was able to average 1,000+ people back when I was doing a little bit more frequently in 2015, and I'm working towards incorporating that into my schedule as well, so stay tuned for that. It's going to be exciting. Maybe I'll just have a stream where I breed Pokemon and catch and trade it with you guys, and maybe of course battling streams as well, so look forward to that. And yeah, I guess the final point is kind of covering my plans for VGC as a competitor and as a commentator. So some of you obviously know I commentated US Nationals and Worlds this last year instead of competing, even though I did get an invitation to Worlds to compete, and part of that was because I didn't like 2016, but it was also always a dream of mine to commentate. So was able to live out that dream, and now I really want to compete again. I mean, I don't know. I think I've played this game for so long, I've been able to accomplish a fair amount, but to me, I still haven't won the World Championship, and I was actually watching my top 4 set from Worlds in 2013 yesterday, and it really hit home for me. I was like, man, I literally, if I played one turn differently, I could have been in the finals that year. I could have been the World Champion, but yep. It could've, should've, would've, none of that matters, and in the end, I didn't win that year, and I've come close before. The last 2 times I did compete at Worlds, it was tough because I went 4-2 in 2014, but, that year, it wasn't all X2's cut, so, it wasn't one of the X2s to make top cut, and in 2015, I started off 3-1, and then just kind of collapsed in round 5, and finished 4-3, so, there's still so much hunger left in me to compete at Worlds, and it gets harder than ever, but that's the perfect time to prove myself, and so I really would love to make it back to Worlds this year. I really would love to, compete and, try to win the whole thing, and, sometimes things change, so, maybe further down the road I just changed my mind. Ideally, honestly, I'd love to get my Worlds invite really early on and commentate any other events, but all I'm saying is I am planning on competing this year. The window for commentary is still open, but we'll kind of see how that goes as the season progresses. Last year there was also just a lack of commentators that were in the pool, but now people have been doing a lot of work, putting in the time and practicing to become official commentators. So I think now that there's more people just trying to commentate, there isn't kind of a gap to fill. So that's basically it. I've rambled on for a long time now, but if there's anything, just thank you guys for supporting me the last couple of years. I look back and it's my first Pokemon game was Emerald in 3rd generation. 4th gen I learned how to play competitive. 5th gen I got okay at competitive. I made it pretty far at the World Championships, qualified for Worlds in every game, VGC around 5th gen. 6th gen's where I really dedicated myself and started making YouTube content and exploring other facets such as commentating, and so each generation's been such a journey, and 7th gen I think it's just going to be so fun, and I can't wait to have this experience with you guys. So thank you guys for supporting me, whether you've been my fan since 2011 or the early days, or whether you started on watching my videos right from the start, or whether you're completely new and have no idea who I am. It's been a fun time, and I will do my best to help you guys love VGC and get into it. So thank you guys. I really appreciate all the support, and just let me know with your feedback and how frequently you would like to see videos and what videos you'd like to see on this channel, and any constructive criticism or suggestions. I am greatly I'm just so grateful, and we'll be reading into everything. So yeah, that's gonna be it, guys. it all starts tomorrow once Sun and Moon comes out, and it's going to be a completely different time for this channel. Call it a rebirth, if you will. But yeah. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow once Sun and Moon officially come out, and have a good night, guys. It's going to be fun.